Cause I'm here to say sorry to the top glass of that Napa Valley Vine Cabernet. Girl, I couldn't go to bed, let another second pass without you and me being okay.
This is me. You might be wondering how I got here. Well, when I got hired for this job, I didn't quite know what I was getting myself into. I was looking around for summer jobs, and I found Siskiyou Mountain Club on a job board. They're a nonprofit that works with the U.S. Forest Service, performing maintenance on over 400 miles of hiking trails in Southern Oregon and Northern California. They've been doing this for almost 15 years, starting as a group of volunteers. But they also run an internship program called the Wilderness Conservation Corps. So I applied, and if you couldn't tell, I got the job. Let me take you through a day in the life of me, Chloe, the Wilderness Corps intern. Each of our trips, or hitches, is 8 days long. On day 1, we get up before sunrise.
It is 4:01 in the morning. My clock is 2 minutes fast.
We load into a van and we drive for hours on old Forest Service roads until we get to a trailhead. Bumpy Forest Service roads. Everybody's tired, some people are still sleeping, and the vans smell really bad. You never get that wilderness stink out of your stuff, especially your socks. Then we get out of the car and start wrangling tools. Our backpacks are already pretty heavy to begin with, and the tools add a few extra pounds on top of that. Just lifting these backpacks can be tough, but over time, it kind of got a little easier. Next, we have a look at the map. The staff shows us where we are and where we're headed, and how bad things will be ahead.
It is going to be tough. It's going to be hot. You're going to be brushing in the sun for days and days. But if you don't have each other's backs, it's going to suck a whole lot more, and we're not going to get it done. So look out for each other out there.
Then we're off. Sometimes we don't really have to go that far, but other times we spend hours trudging in triple-digit temperatures. Once we hike in and set up camp, we start working. Our job out here is to keep the trail clear. That means beating back brush, smoothing out tread, and removing fallen trees. Brushing is what we do most often. We basically have big old scissors and we're clipping things out of the trail.
You too, Leah.
Some of these trails haven't been worked in decades. On the Tin Cup Trail, we were walking on top of the brush, couldn't even feel the ground, crawling to get to the next spot.
Hi, who is that? Oh, hi, Tiff.
You couldn't even see the person next to you, just hear them and kind of crawl towards them. I've been lost twice now. Once going to the bathroom, probably less than 300 feet away from everybody, and I got lost. Apart from the physical challenge, there's also a mental challenge to brushing. You're working in the sun all day, and sometimes you only make it 15 feet an hour because the brush is so thick. That's when it becomes important to rely on the people around you and keep up the energy all day.
Tremendous day, Debbie.
Tremendous day.
Tremendous day!
Hard work.
After brushing comes logging. In the wilderness areas where we work, motorized equipment is prohibited, so we use these old crosscut saws. They're World War II antiques, one of a kind, so we treat them like our kids. My first big logging experience was in the Sky Lakes Wilderness on the Pacific Crest Trail. At one point, my 2-person team cut 29 logs in a day. But it's also the most dangerous thing we do. We're dealing with large, fallen trees, and there can often be a lot of strong forces inside them waiting to be released. When you find a log, you can size it up. You walk the whole length to see what's going on. Is there a slope, a root wad? You need to have an escape plan if the log could roll on you. And you need to assess the tension or compression within it. You ask yourself, are we prepared to cut this? What do we think will happen if we do? And only after that assessment do we really start cutting.
That round up there also might move as you're finishing your cut, so always be aware of those things. It's always.
Whereas brushing is more disassociative, logging requires focus. It's like solving a puzzle. It's a mental challenge and you don't get as fatigued, but treading is where the real fatigue comes in. In the simplest of terms, treading makes sure the trail has a good hiking surface. Big landslides can come down and fill the trail with rocks and loose gravel. When we find landslides, we form a line and start digging. When you're bent over for that long and you're sweating and all the dirt sticks to your face, you end up looking pretty scary. You get dirt in your nose, dirt in your ears, dirt on your teeth. It tastes really good.
Yeah.
My favorite tool is the Thingamadig. The blade is perpendicular to the handle, so kind of like a bent shovel. On the Illinois River Trail, Theo and Mikey and I were scooping dirt for hours, and I loved it. It was awesome. You get in a groove, and it hurts, but you get a lot done. All this work burns calories, a lot of calories. According to my smartwatch, I was burning about 7,000 calories a day. So snacks are essential through the day. Every hitch I packed about 3 or 4 pounds of candy and I shoveled it into my mouth any chance I could. I was also a fan of Cheese Whiz, honey barbecue twists, Fritos, Cheez-Its, and Sour Patch watermelons. But hydration was important too. We drank about 7 liters of water a day. After working for 11 hours, we would get back to camp. The first thing I do is filter water.
It's leaking. It's peeing a little bit.
Then we all cook dinner together in a circle.
We work till 5.
What are you eating, Joe?
Potato.
It's my dessert bag. What, it doesn't look good?
I take the simple route and I eat the same thing every day. I make ramen with pesto, cream cheese, and instant mashed potatoes. It's kind of like spaghetti, really good. At the beginning of the summer, my body was just trying to adjust. I was struggling to get all the food down, even though I needed to eat. By now, I've gotten used to it. Sometimes it feels like I can't get enough. Eventually, everyone brushes their teeth, hangs their food, and heads to bed. I write in my journal every night, and then I go to sleep around 10. The next day, we get up at 5 a.m. and start the whole process over again. We talk about our goals for the day and then head out to work.
Okay, gang, who's got a stick? Our plan for today is we are gonna work on this Woolly Creek Trail 5558 from where
Day after day, trail work can take its toll. Everybody's usually exhausted and sore all the time. Thankfully, the only injuries we've had are rolled ankles, poison oak, and blisters. There was this time we were in the Red Buttes Wilderness descending to Azalea Lake. I thought the downhill would be easy, but it was so painful. I was walking super slow. When I finally got down there, I basically collapsed.
Like a weird rash thing going on.
I have tape on.
They might be slightly bleeding a little bit. So if anybody at home watching has a remedy for
It was painful, like 1,000 paper cuts on the bottom of my feet. I was in a rough place mentally. Usually I try to get myself out of a funk, but that day I just let myself feel the pain. On the last night of that hitch, I didn't want to move at all, but people were really supportive and helped me. Everyone helped to cheer me up. Jackie and Joe filtered my water for me. Everyone was just so supportive and they made it bearable. Socially, we were all starting from scratch. We didn't know each other and we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. So I really took it as an opportunity to open up.
Related to the projects we're on, sometimes.
Before I used to be so much more cautious. I was always concerned with what other people were thinking and how I was perceived. Always trying to keep up appearances. But out here, everyone's wearing the same dirty pants for 8 days. Halfway through the hitch, we do new shirt day, and that's about as clean as we're gonna get. We're all working in the dirt. We're all smelly, and no one cares about appearances. Nobody gets a shower out there, and that's okay. There's nothing to do but keep working.
This is my hat. It's a big hit. It's a solar system, and then the pompon is the sun. So it's pretty cool.
Now I've learned that when I break down some barriers and realize that no one really cares, it leads to more belonging. It leads to you finding people who enjoy that part of you that is you. I'm gonna miss all these people so, so much. They taught me so much about myself. They helped me get through the summer, all the highs and lows. And that's why I'm coming back. Next year, I'll return to Siskiyou Mountain Club as an assistant crew leader. I'll help a new group of interns learn the skills it takes to keep these trails open. I owe so much to these trails, to these people, and to this wilderness. The public lands here deserve to be cared for, and I'm not going to leave them behind.
Hello, that was probably me on the screen just now. I just wanted to make this video to come on here and say a huge thank you to everybody that was with me this summer. I mean, it was the most physically challenging and mentally challenging thing I've been through so far. And so I just wanted to come on here and say a huge thank you to everyone that was a part of that and really, I feel like, gets what I went through. I would still probably be lost in the woods at this point if it weren't for you guys. So thank you again, and I miss you guys so, so much. And I think that's the end. Okay, bye.